Okay. Hopefully that should have fixed it. Let's check everything is on. Everything's good. Okay. All right. I reckon that normally fixes it, like without the streams. With it, that should be fixed. Now, if you're watching this after the fact, yeah, we had problems. Is all I'm gonna say. We were having issues. But I think we've solved them. So I think we're getting a repair trailer. We're fixing both of these trucks. We're refueling, and then we're finishing this triangulation. We need that. The Longhorn's all fixed. Now the Azov's all fixed. There's no fuel on this, so we can sell that. A fuel tank. Refuel. That. Hide this away in a little corner somewhere. We'll continue on our way. So, we think that it's somewhere in here. 600 meters is still pretty fast, so it might be a little bit more than that, but... Okay, system. We get it. It's ready to install. I hear you. So I reckon we just drive around and see kind of like watch how the number works as we drive around this way and kind of make a determination whether it's just in the middle of this forest or it's going to go left. I mean, this being the wrong way is kind of a decent indicator, right? Turn right here. I just think 600 meters is like, I mean, we can literally like plot it, right? 600 meters is like this far away. It's probably around here somewhere. So what I might do is just follow this road. This road seems pretty, you know, normal, I guess. Difficult to flip your truck on. So as I was saying before we realized the sound issues, normally, like in Alaska and Michigan, knowing that there were maps coming up, we didn't worry about getting the trucks too early because we knew we had plenty of time to test them all out. But now we know, well, this is the last map that we're going to do in this playthrough. We'll come back and we'll do the GSL later, but for now we're just going to do the base game. And knowing that, I feel like we should do the trucks first so we can try them out. See what's going on, see what's good about them, see what's bad. This place, have we been here? Do we have all of these? We do not. Maybe we should stop in and grab these. Does seem like a bit of a hill, huh? But I think we should be alright. Okay. One of specialized trucks taking part in the ship's recovery operations ran out of gas not far from the shore. It needs to be refueled before it can be used again. But Dan, you get another truck. Cool. And just need to drive onto the around the other side, and then we can just leave out this way. The other side of this massive building. Where there's a fuel trailer. I wonder if that's a mission one. It must be. And another trailer, Jesus. And another trailer. Ever notice you can't get it done? Signal out here. The old communications tower in the woods could be used to improve comms coverage. Deliver a service trailer to the southern tower to perform necessary. Yep. Okay, so that's what that's for. Sideboard semi. The rig is back in action. Is already putting out its first batch. It'd be best if the first sample of crude from the oil rig was evaluated at the factory. Just pull it to the fuel station and we'll handle it from there. Alright. Now we'll just go around the back. Continue on our way. In fact, we might just go straight back out here. We're just following this road. Oh my god. Can't be serious. You know, that seems like more of the main roadway, but apparently this is the main roadway. Us getting somewhat, although it feels like it's been hovering around 300 meters for a while, but I think it's just because this road goes backwards and forwards. Like cutting backwards and forwards, backwards and forwards. Alright, that is some mud. So I wonder if it's like in here somewhere. Because despite having come 600 meters, we're still 300 meters away, which means probably on this kind of angle, right? Maybe even up this road, but... I was almost going to say I feel like we need to be careful here, but I also just feel like we don't. This thing doesn't ever really get that stuck. But this seems to be the way to go. I think as we curl around this corner, maybe we should cut through here, because it's clearly in this direction, right? And we want to come the way we came to get this upgrade. Do not like this. Need to be on the outside of these trees. Close to them, but on the outside. So we're currently going away from it, which means it's very strongly in this direction. So it could even be like in here. Yep, that is definitely not the way we want to go. Go this way. Which is, in fact, the way we want to go. They reckon back in here. Apparently it's back this way. I wonder if we can just back in far enough. This way more. Isn't this fun? Isn't this fun? Once we crunch the numbers on this data, we'll be able to pin down the location of our next drilling site. I'm sure we'll be eager to enlist your help soon. Okay. So now, my understanding is we can do this. So we need to pick this up. I think we'll do this with the dairy. So it's fueled, it's good. Go pick this up. Fuel. I think probably come in this way, just so we don't have to go and turn around, and we know we can get through here. Come down, get 2 slabs, go back up. Probably oh no, actually, and we will refuel because we're going to come this way. Because we want to go in the top right. No, we want to go in the bottom right-hand corner. But is this the quickest way? I think we'll go... Yeah, I think this is the best way to go without a trailer. So we never really got to use this that much. So we should be using our Russian trucks, right? But we never really got to use it this much. So we'll use this one last time for this one, and then I think we'll start using the other Russian trucks. Just so we have the garage, because I think getting the garage open, like, I know we said we're going to do the trucks before we do the missions, but I think getting the this garage open is, like, pretty important. Just so we can move around with a little bit more freedom. I mean, this road in general is, you know, pretty nice to drive along. There's no real difficulty to it, which is good to know, you know. Good having tested this out. Some weird angles in the middle there, but I think in general, pretty doable. Are we here? Almost. Oh my god, we took a weird road. Isn't that interesting? Shortcut, I guess. We'll get this trailer that we left here. I feel like getting the one fuel in there is not going to make that much difference going down, and I feel like one extra fuel from what we did before won't make that much difference going up, so I don't think there will be that many issues with this. I mean, it'll just be a little bit long, right? Longer than the previous concrete slabs we delivered. What we might also do is just go around, do the loop. we refill on that trailer. We won't bother doing it at the station. We'll just do it at that trailer that's sitting there. I'm assuming we need it for some kind of mission, but sure they won't mind if we take a little bit of petrol. Just because it's easier to get than the petrol is, right? And we're going past the trailer store, so if we really feel like we're going to need enough petrol to get to Zimnogorsk, we can just stop and buy a fuel trailer, right? I feel like once you know a decent route through this bit, it's really not that hard to get through. Don't get to do it in high, which is a bit disappointing, but you know. We'll take low plus. Low positive. Should be all right here. It should get us maybe one more. That should be enough to get us down. I reckon you could probably almost just drive straight up out of here, right? What is that thing doing there? Because that's not ours, right? It must be a part of a task. We probably could, yeah, I don't know. I mean, driving out of here really isn't that difficult, so probably should just do it this way. At least the only thing you need to get from this place is concrete. Isn't like at least there's not a bunch of stuff you need to get from here, which is good. But they're not going to be expecting you to come here too often. You'd think it's just concrete slabs. we've just got to try and get as wide as possible here, because this is quite a tight turn. Unfortunately, both the trucks that we've brought in here have terrible turning circles. I feel like we should be able to get around this corner just fine. I think it's strong enough to like pull this trailer up over this ledge. Especially with a winch, yeah. Be good. Make sure it's not gonna like turn us over. That's probably the only hard part, right? The rest of it's just a pretty normalish drive. More about fuel than anything, probably. Go. I think we want to go left, right? Yeah. Come. I felt like we probably were going a bit fast then, but they're all good. Be a bit interesting going back out this way with a full load, but I think we should be okay. Again, probably won't be able to high gear through all of it, but I don't think we'll have any major issues. There's plenty of trees around. It's not crazy uneven. I reckon there's a chance we could probably make it to Zimnogorsk. Without a refill, right? We come out like literally here. And all we have to do is drive. I don't know. Okay. Right. So we are going to the wrong one. We really should be going to the top one. Oh wow, the garage is up there. Isn't that interesting? I guess we're turning around. That was pretty good. I was actually a little concerned, like, how are we going to turn this truck around? But that was pretty good reversing, if I do say so myself. Yeah, I was kind of hoping this garage would be in the town. I don't know why I thought that. I kind of just assumed, I guess. Oh well. At least it makes this trip a lot easier, I suppose. A lot easier. And we don't have to worry about petrol, right? This would be a lot shorter. Be a lot shorter. Hmm. I mean, we're also just assuming that the garage does. It just says garage access, right? I mean, it's possible the garage appears somewhere else, but it would make sense that it appears here. I'm assuming this is what turns into the garage, right? Well done, my memorable get to walk story. Thank you for your time. So, repair station, trailer store, warehouse, garage. Cool. Garage discovered. What do we get from here? Oversized cargo. That's it. Okay. So, gonna go back to the drowned lands. We have quite a few trucks to get. We know there's this one. Get to us the Taiga. Retired doesn't get us anything, so we don't need to do that. We need to find the... So, that's not a truck. That's not a truck. Drowned truck. That's drowned bricks. That's drowned oil tank. So we need to find the task for that. And farm swim. We might have to just drive up there and get it. And see whether... Or we can just drive past it and see if we get the truck for doing it. Because we don't get it for retired, right? Just a reward. We need to check. Retired. They look like... Oh, and farms. They look like the only trucks to get on this map. So what we'll do SOS first. Seeing as it's right next to the garage, right? We should have... Timer should have been on for like... a while. It's fine. We just... How long are we going? 37 minutes. So we've only missed like 40 minutes off that timer. That's fine. Recover. So we're doing SOS. We need to... We need to restore it first. Which we need the trailer store for. Actually, because we need that much petrol to either go the fuel tank with the repair trailer or the van body with the fuel tank, right? We need 630 and 6 wheels. And the fuel is like either here nor there, right? Either way, it's going to be covered. I've already forgotten what those numbers are. 6 wheels, 630. 6 wheels, 630. Okay, so that should be enough. And then we can just take our fuel trailer with us. I like your cut. I'm just... Yeah, this is my first playthrough, so I'm kind of just... doing it solo. Until we... Such a time that, you know... The missions are like tediously back and forward, and then I might get people to help me. But for the first time, I'm just going to be doing it by myself. But I appreciate the offer. So we need petrol. Okay. I'm pretty sure I know where I'm going, but let's just make sure I don't drive off. It's going to be real interesting to get to with all of this stuff on, but... If anything can do it, the Ant can do it, you know? Turn that on. Thing does look kind of top heavy, right? I wonder if it's going to be in... Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I feel like I have to be careful with this. Like, normally I don't really worry about it with the Ankh because it's quite not very tippy. But with this van body on, I don't know. Feels real, like, extra dodgy. There's a road there. Huh. Okay, that might make this a lot easier. Or it's a trap. And we're gonna find out which. I'm guessing they didn't just put this rando road on here, in here for no reason, right? Come on, big man. I mean, this doesn't look like a great angle coming up either. Maybe we should, like, avoid going directly on that bit. This really does bring us right to the back of this truck. And coming in from the other direction looked like it was going to be a bit of a nightmare, so... Goodness for this road, huh? I wonder if I have to tow it back too. That'll be fun. Right. Let's repair. Let's refuel. Do that too. Why not? Told him 1,000 times, if it isn't broken, then you don't need to fix it. He never listens. If it isn't broken, then you don't need to fix it. Okay, cool. So we just get this truck now? Oh, sick. I wonder how reasonable it is for me to drive the other one out out this way. But it's got all drive and diff lock. That's pretty good. Happy with that. I wonder if we're going to be able to drive this out the other side. I don't see why not. Other than if we flip it over. Alright, cool. Is this a good idea? Probably not. Probably not. Okay. Oh, Jesus Christ. Probably should have gone this way. Now I wonder if this will be able to get itself out now. Or whether we're going to have to pull it out. It seems like it's kind of going, right? Alright, we're gonna have to pull it out. After all that, we just drove it straight into a ditch. Very fun, very cool. Weird. I think once we get over this river, what we were actually doing before, Jesus, that was close, might actually work as well, so might work in the long run. There we go. What a bunch of shenanigans. Hey, all right. You know what, actually, because there's no trailer, we can probably just recover this, right? This one we need to drive back. Yeah, because we've already got a fuel trailer out here. Very yikes. Alright, so let's take this trailer back. We'll sell it. And then we'll go find out whether those other two are actually trucks we get or whether they're just fetch quests. And if they are, we'll take them back, have another truck to try out, and if not, we'll just leave them for after the main missions. So, this is a bit of a weird angle, but wouldn't be a problem. Good. Oh, mostly all good. We want to probably take that off. So first, we'll probably check this one. And then we'll check that one. I don't think there are that many in the quarry. But while we're here, see what upgrades this has already. All right, okay, we just have the best engine already. That's good. Good start. Off-road gearbox. Race suspension. Let's check the spreadsheet. Missing all terrain, but I think all terrains are the bad ones, all right? Yeah, we're not. Off-road. No UODs. OHD if we can. OHD ones. Yeah. Biggest OHD ones we can get. Sick. Advanced medium. Fair tire, why not? Snorkel, yes. And it can do short logging, flatbed, long logs, sideboard bed, that's new, fuel tank, and low settle, high settle. Okay. It's a promising looking truck. In fact, you know what? We're here to test these trucks, right? So let's try this one out. Got 330 litres, which is like, not almost double, but like, you know, a lot more than the Ankh has. And we can put this tyre spreadsheet away. I feel like we should almost just start calling this like landmine road, because that's what it feels like driving along this This like main highway, right? Feels like you're just constantly getting running over landmines. Just small ones though, like not enough to really blow your truck up, just enough to chip away at your suspension. The landmine highway. Like we're not even going that fast, you know what I mean? I always know it's particularly bad after this bridge, so let's take this nice and, well, not nice and slow, but like not full speed, right? It's almost like you go back to first gear, you take all this time to build up to the speed in fourth gear, and that's when you know it's too fast, so you just like stop, go back down to first again. Just repeat that building speed over and over again, just so you don't get popped. Pretty sure, yeah, it's this way. Okay. That's fine. I don't know why we went this way. Oh. We shouldn't have done that. No, we might be able to just go straight across here. Or not. That was a bit, silly. You really should just go around. Some might even call that just dumb. Like me, I would call that dumb. Especially when this really isn't that hard to get to if you just follow the road. Quote unquote road. I feel like we've already grabbed this, right? Okay, but it's called retired. We've already done this. Right, this is okay. So there must be two other. I must have got the wrong one. This one and this one. Okay. All right. The amount of times we looked at this one and checked that we already had it and it was not a truck we get, and we still just went straight there anyway. Yikes. Yikes. I think so. We're just following this road. We'll quickly make sure we're nice and full at the fuel station that's coming up, I think. Yeah, just up here. Ooh, the high gear drive back pulled off. Yeah, that one. I didn't know whether we were going to get away with that one, but we did. It's all good. question we're going down here. Fairly confident. Oh, I don't know where the road is here. Ah, it's just literally straight ahead. You just cannot see it. Right. This is going to be fun to pull a truck back out of, right? We might have to go a little around. We're going to pull a truck out of here. The best way to get to this, you reckon? Through here. One of Palm's truck that's stuck in the swamp while making a delivery. You can pull it out, take the farm. Can, but doesn't look like we get a truck for this, so we will do that later. This is the last one we want to check. Well, this is one of the last places we haven't looked for upgrades either, so we'll keep following this road. We need to keep an eye out between here and here. And then here and here. And we'll just take this road. Road. There. You got the handbrake on. You've got the handbrake on. Hopefully it shouldn't take us too long to do this. So the next point is where we need to keep an eye out for upgrades. From one point to the next, and then the next point after the end point of that is where we watch again. Which all makes sense in my head, but probably doesn't make any sense. What I'm saying. It's 2 pairs of upgrades coming up, and between those pairs, we need to be watching for, not upgrades, waypoints. We need to be watching for upgrades. So who knows where they are? Anywhere in these decrepity old towns. I feel like the fuel I mean, even though we did just fuel up at our petrol station, right? But I feel like the fuel consumption here is pretty good. Right, so we're just looking for, I mean, decrepit vehicles, obviously, but little yellow lines. Can't see anything. Right, so this is where the unexplored area stops. And between the next one and the one after that, we need to be watching again. Although I think this bit coming up is very muddy. We probably will have plenty of time to be looking out. Oh, I can see something over there. That looks like it's actually legitimately a task. Because the upgrade wouldn't show up as a car on a map. But this might be somewhat of a shortcut. We might get stuck, but it might be a shortcut, so. I feel like if there was an upgrade through here, we'd probably be able to see it, right? And if we can see that one. This just might be real slow, that's all. In fact, I think we might be better off coming in this way. Let's do that again. I feel like going around might be a terrible idea. I guess this is that's a good opportunity to make sure there really isn't anything in here. I don't really think we can see. I can't see anything. Is that a Hummer? Looks a lot like one, huh? Teenager decided to borrow his father's car and managed to drown it in a swamp. I am a friend of his father, and I would appreciate if you could pull the vehicle out and take it to the owner's house. Okay. It does look a lot like a Hummer, but come back and do that later. Well, I think we might be able to just electric boogaloo through here and just come out. Just go this way. Depends how deep this is, I guess. Oh, this truck seems pretty good so far. Other than when we first drove it into a ditch. It hasn't gotten remotely stuck yet, so pretty good sign. No engageable diff, which is a little disappointing. And circle turning and petrol UZ, but at this point I don't think it really matters, to be honest. Yeah, I didn't know how... This looked pretty muddy on the map. I don't know how this was going to go, but that's really not a problem. I think we're just following this road. We like sweep around and come to the truck that's stuck in the mud, I think. We should check, but checking's for nerds. And we are a nerd, so yeah, okay. So I want to go down basically here. 2 weeks ago, a truck was found abandoned in the water. No one has come to collect it, and the waiting period is expired, so it's officially mine. Please get it repaired and refueled as soon as possible. Okay, but we don't get a truck for that either. No. So I don't think there are actually any more trucks for us to... for us to quote-unquote win, right? I mean, these two might be, but they look like scouts, so I don't really care. Alright. Onto the quarry. I think we've got everything here. Hey, Pepito, how you doing? Sava? The road connection, that's not a... we don't get a truck. Ooh, we get the Dan from doing that. Doing okay, and you? Yeah, I'm alright. I'm alright. We, I haven't been here for a couple of days because we had a... Friday was just a nightmare, and Monday was a public holiday, so the day got away from us, but we're back now. That's all that matters. And we're on the third of 3 maps of this game. So, we're almost finished this game. It's almost finished. There's probably still another 20 hours left. We finished the snow map. So we're on the 3rd map now. I mean, there's still, so if you look here, Michigan, Alaska, and Tamir, there's still like a lot of DLC maps, but we're going to come back and do these later. You know, because Jesus Christ. And then we're going to play Canessa next. Isn't that exciting? Anywho, what are we doing here? There's a lot of maps. We're gonna spread that out because otherwise we're gonna be here till forever doing that. Right, so the quarry, that's the shipwreck. Oil sampling, we don't get a truck. Road connection, we don't get a truck as a reward. Lost in the Woods we do, so we'll do that one. And off-roaded we don't. Oh yeah, spread those. Yeah, gotta spread them. So I think we're done here, right? I think we generally want to leave by here. Because we don't want to come out up here. So we basically just need to turn around. Follow the road here and then just follow our... and then basically follow this way out. We should be able to definitely get to the petrol station. Real thirsty too. Really should be drinking more. It's kind of hard when you're like, there's not a lot of downtime in this game. Even though there's not a lot going on, there's still not a lot of downtime. Very weird. Though situations like this, I think we can probably take a little drink. It's not like we need to be steering anywhere. I think you're drowning. Yeah. Okay, this is the right way. Good. It's like those people that are out at sea and they're like dying of thirst and all there is water around them. Oh, come on. Don't be like this. This thing is maybe it's just because it's got a really big, thick fender on it, but it really doesn't like this situation a lot. I feel like it's got a very low front clearance. That's that's the second time we've been caught in a very small ditch. We've got to, with this truck, what we've learned so far is we need to really be watching our, called like entrance angle. Because as long as the front of it's not stuck on something, it actually really does power through pretty much anything, which is nice. Okay, I gotta work the entrance angle. It's all about angles, Pepito. You know? It's all about angles. Can't just go straight in and out. You teach maths. Ah, so you get it. Oh yeah, you get it. Nothing more angular than a maths teacher. Don't you worry about that. Getting everyone all hot and bothered. Temperature is rising. Yep. When you see this quadratic equation, what three words come to mind? Ooh. Ooh. You know? Love a quadratic equation. Have a little linear regression. Little y equals mx plus c. Oh yeah. I've mathed before. You know? I've done the maths. You goddamn right. God. Like, I know it's a bit of a Russia joke, but I genuinely feel like there's tiny little landmines just littered throughout this map. Mostly on these, like, asphalt roads. It's crazy. The amount of, like, little... like, tick damage you take in this truck on this road. It has to be landmines, right? It can't be my irresponsible driving. Yeah. Well, I mean, in this game, this is a road. This is a good road, too. Really begs the question why I'm taking so much damage. In this game, this is about as good as roads get. I don't know, where I grew up in the middle of the country, because I grew up in the country, and there were definitely roads that look suspiciously like this, like way out in the right, way out in the boonies. There were definitely roads that look like that, and on the farm there were definitely roads that look like the mud ones too. Right, so what are we even doing? I think we need to repair this thing. Restore. What does that mean? Ah, it just needs petrol. Okay. But it needs 350. And this only has 330, so we're going to need a trailer. So what you might do is drive here. Can you manually change gears for maximum pain? So, no. Well, at least on the controller. I don't know about if you have like a steering wheel, because obviously people play this, and I kind of want to buy it, but I kind of need a job to justify buying a multiple $100 steering wheel. But that aside, maybe you can on the steering wheels, but on the controller, all you can do is there's a clutch button, and if you press the clutch button, it forces the gear to change, but you don't get to choose which gear it changes to. But like obviously the context is important, right? If it's high in revs and you press the clutch button, it's going to change up. And if you're low in revs and you press the clutch button, it's going to change down. So you kind of can manually change, but you also, it's like semi-manual, right? It's like an automatic transition, but there's a clutch button. So we're going to go get a fuel trailer. Now the question is, do we want to take it in this way, or we're going to try... I reckon we can just drive it up here, right? Okay, yeah, I think so. And if we can't, then like... Too bad, I guess. Like we're going to be there with a fuel trailer, so we're going to make it happen. Oh, slidey. Moscow Drift. We want to go, yeah, we want to go left here. But I feel like we've been playing this game for a while, like probably a month, right? I reckon we've been playing this game, maybe a bit more. It's been a serious commitment, and like we're gonna have done like 3 of like 20 maps. This game is actually huge. Ooh, that's not good. We'll have to quickly buy a little repair trailer while we're there. Ooh. Yeesh. I feel like we've got lots of upgrades for I don't know if it's this Dan, but I feel like we've got a lot of Dan upgrades, so it'll be interesting to see whether this truck actually has a lot of upgrades, like out of the box. And I wonder if all of these maps, I wonder if this will be like Alaska, where all these maps recover to Zimnegorsk and only the drowning lands recover to the drowning lands. I mean, it doesn't matter, right? Because you can just retain him and move him, but... It does help if it is that way. Especially towards the end, once you've, you know, finished the first map and you don't really need to go back there. Okay. I feel like despite having diff lock always on, the turning circle on this truck is actually pretty good. Right, so first we're going to repair. Sell, and then buy a fuel trailer. We want to go out and up here and like around these rocks. But having driven the dairy through here a couple of times, I really don't think this route is crazy difficult, right? I think it's pretty normal. I mean, famous last words, right? But I don't think we should have a problem. This bit's a bit of an angle, so as long as we are somewhat smart about it, shouldn't be a problem. We're going up and around there. Which I really don't see why we can't do this. It's very placid terrain, you know? Not particularly hilly or rocky or many trees, like, yeah, easy. Interesting looking truck. Refuel. Sure, we'll refuel this. Refuel that. Wonderful. Nothing worse than having a truck like that die on you in the middle of a big operation. Thanks a lot. Change truck. Yeah, cool. One has always is all-wheel drive and diff lock too. It's a long boy. That is a long truck. And it took us to Zimnegorsk. That's good. Starts from a garage. Explore all garages in this game. Okay. Cool. All right. Oops. Right. I think that is all the trucks in the quarry. Because that's about a trailer, and that doesn't get us a truck. And that's all there is. So we'll try... Documentary film doesn't get us a car. Truck recovery. Okay, so we've got to do that one. And that's it. I think this is out of petrol. But now we've got a garage here. We can just recover this, right? So that's the only one in this map we need to do. Rift. Gets us refueling services. Get us anything. No truck. Truck. No truck. No truck. No truck. And we already have that truck. We literally just... So this is the last one we need to do. Is truck recovery. And we get a step 310. So we need fuel, wheels, and 540. So we might... build this trailer. This is the trailer store. Because there's one here, right? Ah, it's over there. Okay. It literally can't turn any harder than this. Okay. Yeah, I know, right? The problem is this goddamn truck has like a terrible turning radius. So like, I'm gonna have to do a 1,000,000-point turn to get this around. Alright, so we're going to need a truck. What this one can do. It can do the van body. It's not really a good opportunity to see. And it can do a fuel tank too. Okay. Multi-purpose cargo module. But that's not enough. I feel like putting the fuel tank on the truck is better because it's lower. It's less of a tip problem, right? And then we'll just pull along a repair trailer. Oh, actually, we'll see if there's one that we can salvage nearby. S plus engine. Nice. Advanced special. Take that. Stock. Oh, we're going to have to check the spreadsheet. The old tire spreadsheet. So off-roads are OHS. So OHS is 3 1.8 and then the mud pies. The mud pies. MHS1, which is 1.73, which is not good. And DMHS. To 2.2s. And then all-terrain tires are always terrible. So OHS 2 we want. Advanced heavy. Spare wheel, why not? Fuel tank. So, let's see how the Dan goes. We have acceptance, right? Okay, good. I mean, this is pretty massively overkill for 220 liters of petrol, but whatever. You know, like, come at me. Yeah, that's not enough repair. I was about to say we probably could just do that, but that's fine. We need this one. Okay, how do we get here? Oh, it's literally just over here. We just want to turn, cross, go up, and it's here. Now, I'm not actually, I don't remember driving along this road, but it doesn't look like it's too bad. The hardest part's probably going to be just crossing this river. I think. That's if we get to the... Yeah, we'll get to the river. Come on. Let's have a little optimism here. Get to the river. I'm sure we'll be able to cross it. I'm sure we'll have no problem. We will not get washed away. Bit of pressure there. It's fine. It's all good. A little bit of side action. Easy. I reckon we're caught on something here. Yeah, right? I reckon we're stuck on some... I reckon there's some crappy branch underneath us here. We're just going to have to force our way over. There we go. No faith, Pepito. No faith. Should have believed, right? Believe in the Dan. Because I get it that you don't believe in me. That's fair enough. You've probably seen some things that you can't unsee. But believe in the Dan, you know? I totally believe in you. Okay. Even though you've seen my Season 3 cities. Because I don't know, man. Some of them are pretty bad. #1 Schnuff fan. Nice. Well, at least I've got one, alright? I'll take it. I can hear this like clicking sound in my headphones, and I'm kind of just hoping it's just me, because like this computer sometimes does this, where like it's like, you know, like back in the day when when you knew a message was coming to your phone because you could hear that like in your headphones. It's kind of like that. I'm kind of hoping only I can hear it. It's not like actually on a sound on the stream. It's very irritating. I hope your partner is too. Yeah. She's pretty ambivalent. She's pretty ambivalent to me, to be honest. Obviously she's a fan. Just not in the actually watching it kind of way, you know? He's more of a true crime podcast kind of person. Ambivalent. Yeah, I had to check and make sure the door's closed. It's like I could be in trouble here. Alright, how are we gonna do this? I reckon we're gonna have to come in from that river, right? She might hear you. Yeah. She's like a bat. Except we're gonna have to come and do, because these trailers with their like variable front axles are just like the most uncooperative thing you've ever come across. We're gonna have to do like a big circle in order to actually get this coming in straight. She has eyes and ears everywhere. You know what I mean? Alright. I also have no idea how we're going to get back out of here, but hey, Matters the Old, how you doing? Welcome. Thanks for the follow. I appreciate it. I really thought this would be easier. Tutorial stage? No, we're in Tamir. I just didn't realize this particular piece of river would be so difficult. I probably should have just came in that side bit instead of all the way problem is because that... Oh, I could probably just pull... I can just pull the truck to me. That'll work. Yeah, we're past Michigan. We're very, very past Michigan. Do you reckon that's close enough? Surely. Repair. Refuel. Now we want that one, that one. Not bad. You did a good job restoring it. I look forward to seeing you behind the wheel of your new ride. Sick. So we got a step, which I think we got a lot of upgrades for this one too. Change. Yeah, vanilla. No mods. Base game. No DLC trucks. So we'll recover this one. Got an S Plus engine. It's pretty good. Road. Raised. Got UOD 2s. That's pretty good. Gaugeable diff. Spare wheel. Nice snorkel. And what can it do? Log carrier. Flatbed. Medium logging frame. That's useful. I think that's the first medium logging frame I've found on the trucks that I've gotten from Russia. As opposed to just forcing the Western Star to do all of the medium logging, right? Short logging, maintenance. This is a decent amount of stuff to put on the back too. Cool. All right. First, we need to get this Dan back out. Yikes. The question is, I think if we could get them to get it to like these trees, we could probably go out back out this way. Otherwise, or we could go out this way too. I'm not stuck. I don't think I'm stuck yet. We got in here. I feel like we should be able to get back out. Right. My God, and the trailer's even like remotely cooperating here. So I guess the question is, what's the easiest way to get the shit back out? I mean, this corner is a nightmare, so we should really try go back out the road we came. I think. Is the gas thing a trailer or part of the truck? The gas is the truck add-on, and then the trailer is the repair thing is the trailer. So we got plenty of fuel, right? I think we might just need to detach this trailer. I think. There we go. More winch. Oh, the answer is always more winch, right? Yeah. What we really need to be able to get to is like that tree over there. So what I'm hearing is more cowbell. I have a feeling we might be stuck under this trailer. Or something equally ridiculous. We probably shouldn't have recovered that truck, huh? Yeah, I reckon we're like caught on something dumb. Let's try. Reversing out a little bit. It's all just a puzzle, right? Yeah, see how it gets stuck, like hard stuck there on something? I wonder what that is. Yeah, probably is a rock, huh? I just can't see where it is. We might have to... There's clearly room to move here, right? I wonder if I can get to that tree over there. Sick. Okay, that should help us get the nose around a bit. Oh yeah. I'm a strong, independent truck driver. We don't need no second truck. Right. That's not what we wanted. We want you to attach to that bit. That is so lucky that it just flipped back on its front. Okay. We'll take the win. We will take the win. I reckon we can attach. Nice. And there's nothing around here we need this for, right? Consumables. Abandoned car. So we don't have to fix that. And metal delivery. It's just metal delivery, duh. And we didn't get that. I can't imagine a task called sawmill will require like a fix it up trailer, right? So I think we're pretty happy to not have to leave this anywhere. So we'll take it back. Yeah, it's always really weird when just out of nowhere you'll just be like hard stuck on something. It's like you just have to work your way around it. And sometimes it's just good old-fashioned mud. Just... sometimes it's just a raging river, you know? And not every game is just bullshit. Sometimes it's you. And I think that's it. So I think... yeah, I don't think there were any trucks for us to find in the rift. So we can go back to doing the main missions once we get this trailer home. Which, you know... looks like it's going to be in about an hour's time. I feel like this wasn't this difficult on the way in. Right? Oh god, we're not even at the river yet. Almost. Yes, we're never going to take any cargo via this road ahead of us again after the last debacle. Yeah, real sketchy turns, hey. Alright, so we have an emergency tree on the left in case we start. So we're aiming for that tree right ahead of us, but we've got the emergency tree to the left in case we start washing away here. We're almost close enough to get it. Yeah, it is a real deep river. Good thing we put the biggest snorkel we could find on this thing, huh? That's right, I'm just floating away, no pressure. No pressure. Like, my guy is having a literal bath, right? What's his name? Dan? Some shit like that. I got a fever. And the only prescription is more winch. I think I need is a bath soap. Yeah, especially after driving around destroyed Michigan, all of Alaska, and now Russia. That probably does stank. Although I imagine being out the... Like, I looked up where this region is roughly, right, on the map, and this place is in the middle of nowhere. So you'd think if any place had a clean river, it would be that. So maybe he is nice and clean now, because that's just fresh water. I mean, he undoubtedly has pneumonia, because that water would be cold as fuck. But, you know, he's probably clean. Alright, we're almost on the main road. I'd use main road very loosely. I think most of the places in Russia is just nowhere. I think. I don't play... Yeah, so... Like, there's not a place... I looked at Google Maps, right? Which, I mean... It's probably maybe not the best source, but, like... It's all I got, right? And there's no place called Tamir, but there's a Tamir Bay, right? So I assumed that was it, and it really is in the middle of nowhere. Like, it's 8,000 kilometers from Moscow. It is a long way. There aren't even... Because I tried to figure out how far it was from Moscow. I tried to use the... I try to use the, like, car directions to tell me how far it is, and there's not even, there literally isn't a road to this place. So, take that for what you will. How does people, etc., go there? Well, like, there's no official roads, right? Or it's just like planes and shit. Like, they just fly these trucks in, I suppose. Although there legitimately is like a town here, so I don't know. I assume it's just based. That's assuming that's actually where this is supposed to be, right? Because I'm pretty sure if you type in Zimnogorsk, yeah, I don't think that's a real place. I think it's a town they've made up for this game. So I imagine in the game, in the lore of this game, they probably can drive here, but in real life, you probably have to fly there. All right, recover. So now we will continue working on the main missions, I think. Oh boy. Actually, we'll do the geology ones first, because they seem to unlock stuff, right? Because probably what we want to do next is the one to open. Where is it? The one that opens up the repair shops. This one. And this one. But in order to do that, we need to do service hub recovery. In SnowRoad, is there a thing called free roam, just like driving for fun off-roading? I mean, I don't think specifically, but there is nothing to stop you from just doing that in the game. Like, there's nothing to stop you from just like taking your off-road vehicle and just like driving around through the bush, right? There's no mode for that specifically, but there's nothing to stop you from doing it in the normal mode. So service hub recovery. Right. So we'll do this one first. The quarry. So we need to get the fuel carrier trailer to the service hub. Okay. I think this one can do it. So we're going to have to take the fuel, we're going to have to turn this around, take the fuel trailer back, drive here, get that, do that. So that's how we will. Oh, actually, no, nah, we'll just. Because this is actually like legitimately a fuel trailer. Although I was going to think, say, we could just leave it here. There's a fuel station right here. So I don't know how much use that'll be. I suppose it could come in handy just to leave a fuel trailer here. So let's do that. Yeah, let's do that. We actually need to go to it though. There we go. Because despite being like 200 meters from the petrol station, you never know when you're desperately going to need petrol. And it means that, like, say, for example, if we're coming through here, we don't have to go all the way out of the way to go to the petrol station. We could just cut through here because this is quite a drivable road. Quote unquote drivable. Doesn't necessarily mean not capable of an incident, but certainly drivable. What happens if you run out of fuel? You just lose the game. Nah, the truck just conks out. Just stop. It refuses to cooperate. You run out of petrol and you need to. I mean, you can just recover the vehicle back to the garage and just lose where you are, or you need to drive truck out to it to refuel it, basically. I mean, there's like hard mode versions of this game where you can't recover vehicles either. So if you play like the hard mode version, you just have to drive fuel out to it. It's a bit sucky, but lucky for me, I'm not built like that, and so we're just playing the normal version. Right, so we're just leaving this on the side of the road. Just in a ditch somewhere. Yeah. I mean, Mama tried to raise no bitch, but jury's still out, I suppose. Yeah. I don't know. Couldn't tell you. Sometimes I can be... Yeah. I'm sure there would be people out there that would disagree with me. I feel like I don't know. Kind of feel like I need to go to the bathroom, but I just can't be bothered. I'll just wait for it to become like a desperate need, and then I'll go. Alright, so that's what this trailer's for. Makes sense. Nah, we can get a better angle than that. Terrible. Thank God this truck actually has a decent turning radius. Having used the... What was it? What is that thing called? Azov. Using that for the last couple of hours as well as the Derry Longhorn. My God. It's like an 8-point turn to do anything. So I feel like we're about to come across the hardest boss in this game. The continually respawning hardest boss in this game. Overconfidence on a quote-unquote easy road. It always gets you. So I really don't... There's no problem with the route ahead of us other than just going too fast. It might be a little bit more difficult to go way too fast with a trailer on, though, I suppose. Might be the only saving grace here. I mean, I would say our saving grace is we've learnt these lessons over time, but that's clearly not true, right? Right. We're just going to pretend that didn't happen. I'm assuming it got caught on one of those branches. Mind yourself that overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer. But yeah, especially in this game. Jesus. Most of the incidents in this game, especially in Alaska, were like on the dumbest. They were literally the dumbest places. Like the one that I was at, like, I was at like 23 hours or something, and I almost got to 24 hours without an incident. And the one that did me in at 23 hours was like going around the stupidest, like just the most basic corner ever. Just trying to turn a big long a long load, like 90 degrees, just like that, just tipped over. Just wasn't really concentrating. Thought it would be fine. Just thought I'd just power through it. Devastating. Probably really shouldn't be driving along this road in auto. I wonder how this trailer is going to deal with these logs as well. Seems pretty happy. Like a happy chappy. See, it's moments like this where you're like, ah, this road's nice and easy. Wham. It'll get ya. All right. Excellent. Looks like the equipment is still in good working order. It shouldn't take long before we can get the place working at full capacity. So we've got a fuel station here now. Cool. We'll fill up. I think we just unlocked whatever it was to unlock the... No, it's in here. First stage. And this is all in the drowned lands. Okay. I think we've checked all this, right? None of these. Lots of logs. Right. Warehouse access. We don't care. Well, we probably do care about that. Not yet. Okay. So this is all we get on this map, is a fuel station. Which I guess is important. So we can probably... Accept. Let's have a look. Oh my god. My navigating of these menus is terrible as always. So we need to take that. The parking. Huh. Okay, that's very doable. Pretty sure the Dairy Longhorn should be here. Although, actually, this might be a good opportunity to try out one of the new trucks. So, try this step truck. Because we've already put the upgrades on this, right? And you can do low frame. I'm pretty sure it can do both of them. Sorry, low saddle. So we've got like about an hour and a half. We should be able to do a considerable amount, not a decent amount of these main missions, I reckon. Didn't. We just didn't put the saddle on. And we've got engageable diff. Cool. It's got an S plus power to weight. This could be a decent truck. Looks very old school though. It looks like a truck that I would expect to find in Western Europe, right? Which makes sense. Seeing as that's where we are. But it also could be just like... There's a very real chance I think that because it's brown, and brown just makes me think of like... the 80s. And, you know. Russia, I guess. I don't even know what I'm saying. Just reminds me of Western Europe. In the 80s, I suppose. I don't know what I'm talking about. We're just taking this to parking. Right, so we just have to drive it out, drive along the main road. Easy. Honestly, the hardest part is me avoiding all the little landmines on the landmine highway. Probably have all-wheel drive on to begin with. I mean, we're using this as like a little test to see this truck, like what this truck is capable of, but this really isn't difficult, so I guess if it's not capable of doing this, it's terrible, but and it's unlikely we're going to run out of petrol. Time to work. Alright, thanks for coming by, Peter, I appreciate it. Have fun at work. Bonjour. Yeah, I really feel like we probably should just do this in high, right? It's a step. It is a Russian truck called a step, and it looks old school AF. Like, when I look at this truck, all I think is like that crotchety old man that says they don't make things like they don't make things like that anymore. Because it kind of looks like one of those trucks that they just don't make them like that anymore. It looks like one of those vehicles where if you maintained it properly, it would just literally go forever, you know? You know how people are still maintaining those cars from like the 60s and 70s and they still just run as well as they ran the day they came out of the like factory? It's one of those. Whereas, you know, your car this day and age, it makes 15 years, it's a miracle. But it's a good looking truck. When I first started playing this game, I like changed all the colors and I started making them all blue, and then I realized I couldn't tell which truck was which because they were all blue, and so now I'm just keeping all these trucks the same color, even though this is like poo brown. I'm going to keep the truck poo brown just so I remember that it's this truck. Otherwise I just get confused if I change the colors too much. In fact, the only other truck I've changed since I stopped changing them all to blue was I made the Hummer the most ridiculous color set I could think of. Well, not think of. That was available. Made it like aqua blue and coral red. Real dumb. Especially because we were driving around Alaska at the time. It's really dumb driving around in a Hummer that looks like Finding Nemo in the snow. I think this is obviously the first stage of the Hubba Cuppery. I wonder if the second stage will be as hard. Well, obviously it'll be as hard because it's pretty easy. I wonder if it'll be harder. But having cycled through a lot of those missions, I do remember seeing a lot of logs. I feel like we're gonna... Bilbo Loggins. Yeah, we've got a lot of logs coming up. Probably could speed this up a little bit now. I think we've passed most of the landmines. I'm just making a joke that, like, that particular piece of highway, if you drive even remotely close to a decent speed, it just constantly does, like, suspension and tire damage. It's almost like the highway is littered with tiny little landmines. And so I just call it, like, landmines. Yeah. Right, we're getting a bit stuck now. But we've learnt the hard way. Do not go through that right area. My God. I say this was a easy route, but I forgot about the entrance to this place. This is a good little test to see whether this truck is capable, I think. Seems to be doing okay though. And even with, like, I mean, it's in low gear, right? But even with diff lock and all-wheel drive on, it's not even using a lot of petrol. Although I did just note it's only got 220 litres, which is pretty low. I wonder what kind of truck this is. I wonder if it's like a heavy duty. No, what are the Anks called? They're off-road. I think they're off-road trucks. I wonder if this is an off-road truck. Beautiful. With the maintenance station operational, we can improve services for the whole area. Thanks a lot for taking care of the fuel. Another fuel station. Which is interesting because there's like, what, so that's 3 fuel stations in this area now. I mean, I'm not complaining. Take it. Right, so second stage. 4 spare parts. Ooh. We've even got a low saddle. And a semi-trailer. We'll just shoot on over here, pick him up, bring him back. Everything's coming up Millhouse. Right, swing in here. Fill up. That is a disconcerting amount of space, but probably helpful. All right, can we? Where are we getting this from? Out here. Ah, good. Oh no, this is the bad way. I wonder if it's worth driving out this side and driving around. Because this is real slow. I mean, that's suicide. And that's just really slow. So I think this road is actually pretty decent. Yeah, we'll just go back out this way. It's fine. I mean, I think that fuel trailer's pretty heavy, so I think we should be okay on the way back out. And it'll be another way, a good opportunity to test where this truck is at. So I think because, I mean, you can see that bump there. That's probably why it struggled there so much, right? So I think when we come back, we might want to try and take the inside of that a little bit. Because that's probably why we got stuck there. Okay. I mean, this isn't great, is it? I like the sound of the engine of this truck, though. Some of them just sound like normal diesel, but some of them have really good sounds. I like the brake on the Derry Longhorn. That brake sounds really sick, cool too. The Hummer probably has the best engine sound of all of them. It sounds really cool. This one's pretty good. Wonder if they got all these engine sounds. I wonder if they found all these trucks and literally put a microphone on them and like recorded them, whether they had to come up with them manually, like had to get audio engineers to make truck engine sounds and then tune them so they sound like the truck. Because if you're just playing like a recording, it wouldn't. That would be really difficult. Because what if you rev, right, and it starts revving and then you don't? Well, maybe they just recorded the actual engine and then used that as a base. I don't know. Interesting. Either way, the sound design of this game is pretty good. The engines, the owls, the wolves. The alien abductions. Right, 4 vehicle spare parts. Let's not do that. Let's go around. Aim out. I'm assuming we've accepted this. Yeah. Yeah, I think this should be a little bit easier to pull through the mud than that semi-trailer fuel carrier, right? That would be my assumption. We've got about an hour. So I think once we've done this, that'll be the end of all the, like, building upgrades that we need to do. We'll probably work on the geology missions after that. Is that a shortcut? Oh, that's definitely a shortcut. Right. Not just some really good excuse to flip my truck over. Ah, looks alright. I think it's pretty straightforward from here. Even I can't get lost. So we're going to try and avoid going over that, like, bump. Mm-hmm. Bit stuck already. Fine. Do you reckon it's just this trailer's digging into the mud? Probably not helping. I reckon it's a bit more traction over here. Possibly try and get out of this rut a bit. We're low on winching points here, but I think we are slowly making ground, and that's all that matters. Very good. Avoid this hill coming up, right? And then once we can get to that tree, yeah, I think we're golden. Unless we flip ourselves. Yeah, right. Let's do this nice and responsibly. This trailer is straight up not having a good time. There we go. No problem. I mean, we say slow and steady like we have another option. It's not like we could... it's not like we could be flying through there at full speed. But yeah, it is true. He says as he immediately takes off in auto. There you go. A home away from home. We'll keep the coffee hot for you, buddy. See you soon. Excellent. I think that's all the upgrades we want to do, right? So I think we'll continue doing this. Down near the old drilling site. An old rig around here was shut down decades ago because the reserves are too problematic. New tech means we might be able to make it work. Use the size of... Where is this? Toot. Oh, this is the drowned land, so it must be the quarry, right? No? Hmm. Okay. Old drilling... Ah, well, okay. Probably tells us where that old drilling site is. Probably should have thought of that. The old drilling site is here. Yeah, we can do that. Where is... I think it's down here, right? Yeah. So... let's sell this. Put this in park. Somewhere out of the way. God, I keep thinking this truck is in the quarry. It's not. Pretty sure this will have the petrol for this. I mean, it's on the way back anyway, so I think we should be okay. And if worst comes to worst, we can bring it petrol from this truck here. I don't think it... I think it should be okay. This is all... I mean, this road's not the best, but... we're just following the road ahead of us. I think this thing does pretty well. It's relatively fuel efficient in high gear, right? And the high gear is quite capable of getting through most things, so... doing jumps and shit. Because why not? Probably shouldn't be driving this so recklessly, but like, whatever. It's fine. What could possibly go wrong? Doesn't help that it's got the turning circle of a small football field. Oh, wrong way. Okay. Oversized cargo. Dear. Oh dear. Okay. That is going to be a mission. No good teens. Get that one either. Okay. And we've got to take it to the drilling site. Right. Yeah. An oversized cargo, I think it's 4 slots. So let's check the... Yeah, it's 4 slots. So we need to come here with a semi-trailer and a crane. Actually, you know what? I reckon we won't need a crane because last time we did this, there's an auto load section here. I think we should be able to just drive the semi-trailer in. Let's see if that's got a low saddle on it. I think it does. God damn it. Okay. So if we recover to the garage, the north of Zimnogorsk, put a low saddle on, can drive through here. I'm guessing there's no trailer we can use anywhere here, right? No, we'll just have to pick up a semi-flatbed. Just drive our way. And just hope there's enough petrol. Yeah, it is tricky. And just hope we have enough petrol to get back out in here. Probably shouldn't have driven that fuel carrier away. Oh god, we should probably pick that up while we're here too. Maybe on the way out. But I reckon with 330 litres, that should be enough. Hopefully. So if we want, see if there's any like, so low saddle. There's nothing else we can put on here. Okay. I mean, other than taking like literally a fuel tank with us. I mean, we probably could pick this up and drive it with us, right? And leave it down here. I mean, we're going to need to come back and get this out eventually. There's a chance we need oversized cargo of something else. So maybe we should drive this leftover tank with us. Actually, we'll probably grab another one if we're driving past. Grab another petrol trailer. Drive it down and leave it down here. Means we're going to have to go back and get it, right? But there's no petrol down this end of the map. And there's probably going to be other stuff we're going to need to do. So I think that's a good idea. So we'll grab a petrol trailer from here. Honestly, we've got like 48 minutes left. I reckon. I reckon this will take pretty much all of that. I think out of the 3 trucks we've got so far from this area, this is the best one. Although it hasn't really been tested that hard yet, so. But it seems to have handled everything so far the best. Dan did alright other than when it got stuck in the creek. And got stuck on whatever that rock was, right? What is this? Well, we might as well just do this now, right? If we are driving there anyway. Oh no, we've got to restore it too. Okay. I guess there goes that idea. Turn up there. I just, oh, I could feel it. I knew I was about to take some damage. I think luckily we prevented most of it. I always forget this little shortcuts on the map, and it always throws me off. It's like there's not really that many roads up this road, so it always confuses me whenever I see it. It's fine. sure it'll implant itself in my brain just in time for me to never have to come here again. Just like all the other knowledge in this game. Like, I feel like I got all the Alaskan roads down, where I kind of knew where I was all the time, just in time for me to leave there and not have to go back. Yeah, this road is really quite passable, you know? It's not quite open main road, but it really isn't a problem. Alright, I think this is where we need to get the fuel trailer. God, we almost stalled out then. So let's figure out exactly where we're going. So we want to go out there, follow. Although these roads really are hard to tell which road is the following road. Do you reckon I can get the petrol trailer across? Yeah, we can definitely get it across there. Okay. I mean, not definitely. I feel like we can. And then we'll aim over here. And we'll leave, actually, we'll leave the petrol trailer like here. Future use. Communications tower used to be a relay between the oil rig and the city to the west. Could you prove a useful node comms in the mainland in the future? I need to run recon on the tower. Okay. Jeez, I didn't even notice that was there. I mean, there was a task there the whole time. I just didn't even notice. Speaking of which, there's still like 3 upgrades I haven't found somehow. I find that so hard to believe. I feel like we've been everywhere on these maps. I don't know where they could be hiding. Then again, there was one in Pedro Bay that we'd literally driven past before, so it doesn't mean anything. Yeah, I think if we take this petrol trailer most, like 80% of the way to this... I was about to say, we don't have a fucking semi-trailer. It's alright, there's one here. We didn't think that through at all. Okay, we're going to have to stop. Attach the semi-sideboard trailer. And then winch the fuel trailer. It's going to be fun. The good thing we actually engaged our brain now and not when we got all the way to the warehouse and be like, duh, why can't we put the... Where's our trailer? That would have been real bad. Okay, so we're going to have to undo all these waypoints. We need to go, like, in here somewhere. Dude, where's my trailer? So, we might leave this, like, there. It's easy to pick up on the way past. Because we're going to be winching it there. That'll be fun. Might get this a little bit closer, I think. Got a real road train going here now, so how about we go like that? Because it's past those stumps. Not a good start. This is a bit of a shambolic start here. Oh dear. I don't think that's actually attached to the back of the trailer. I think that's attached to, like, the back of the truck. Try and get that around as much as possible. Okay, good. Yeah, because I think we just auto-attached to this heel trailer, and I think it auto-attached to the wrong place. I think that should be better. I feel like I'm going to need to do a lot of concentrating here. I'm really not helping myself with these waypoints. Putting them right on top of all these T-junctions. We're going left. Doesn't tell me where to go at all. Just at this T-junction, turn. Whichever way you like. I will say though, this truck really doesn't seem to You have a dam, but it's pulling two different trailers. Maybe getting this oversized cargo out won't actually be that hard. I mean, I don't want to jinx it, but like... This truck doesn't really seem to care at all. What are we thinking? Can't use a witch because it's got the... We might have to unwinch here. I can't believe there's no winch points over there. There we go. Okay. This might be the hardest part to get through, but I think if we take a decent route, like to come back with the oversized cargo, but I think if we take a decent route, it should be alright. Where are these damn kids? I think it's where that next waypoint is. I feel like we probably just take the grass here, right? Come on. I wonder if it's because the front fender is so low that it's struggling here. Like it's having to drag it through the mud. Yeah, but I think if we get a little bit further, get some decent traction, it won't be a problem. Any meter now. There it is. Oh, we can just grab this pretty easily, actually. Bunch of youngsters, Jesus, decided to spend the evening out in the country. Lord knows what they got up to. You know what I mean? They ran out of gas and left their truck stranded. Refuel it and tow it to the service hub. Would you? Sure. Good thing we're leaving a petrol trailer here, huh? Right, so we're going to leave this, like, here. I'm going to quickly refuel. It's like, I mean, it should be enough fuel to go there, get the cargo, come back and refuel on the way back, but let's just not take any chances, right? It's not like there's only a small amount of fuel. And hopefully this should go a lot more smoothly now without the fuel trailer attached. Hopefully. And we're about to find out whether this really does have an auto load zone. I assume it would. I reckon this is one of those things that looks like you're not supposed to go that way, but actually the water's the better way to go. Yeah, I reckon that's the trap way, right? I mean, there's all kind of looks like a trap, but yeah, I'm pretty sure there's a yellow auto load area there, so I think we're all good. This is going to be a very slow, interesting trip out of here, I think. Like, this could... 25 minutes. I reckon it's going to take that, possibly more. Alright, let's... Not going to be fun. was a pretty decent reverse job until it just got away from me a little bit. Oh wait, I gotta get the truck in there, don't I? Jesus. Okay, alright. Let's go. And say, let's high gear it all the way out. Yikes. We're doing all right. I don't think petrol will be a problem, seeing as we are about to go past a tanker again. And that's most of the way out of the really dodgy mud, right? So, not all of it, just most of it. We're going through the water. So we're taking more of this line, which is a little bit risky because it's not really near any trees. I feel like this will have better traction. Can't be far off being able to get this trees either. Okay. Good. Hiya.
Hello.
How you doing? Chips? Doritos chips?
Sorry, no. Heading into Mark's office to see the stuff too. Bye.
Bye. Just a random Dorito, it's fine. All part of the journey. reckon going across this bit of grass is a ticket here. Assuming we don't tip over. This, the angles on some of this, when this trailer is reaching is a little scary. I think we are getting through here. Gotta make sure we don't go too far into that or we're gonna tip. But once we can get to that tree in the middle. In fact, I think we're just out. Think we out. Until the next puddle, of course. I think maybe we should try and stick to the inside a little bit. There's no trees on the outside at the moment. I think if we just slow and steady it through this, I think we'll be all right. So I think this is the corner where we got really stuck, right? So do we want to go right and try and work our way around the outside or cut through the middle? And I think this is really the last, yeah, it's like the rest of it's just normal ass road, right? So if we can get through here, I reckon we go around the outside. We might even go like deep around the outside here. Ah, legit. Killing it. Alright, I think now the rest we're just going to make sure we don't... Some of these angles look a little scary. So it's really just making sure we don't tip this over now. I reckon we go this way and then, because like that's a pretty, despite being a, I mean these don't look that scary, but there's definitely like a nice easy incline, decline. We can go down there. I think that's the way to go. Maybe just a little bit longer of a route, but I probably will be quicker than going through the mud at that T-junction the other way. I reckon. And yeah, other than getting the petrol trailer stuck in the mud a little bit there in the middle, this has been relatively successful. We did it well under the 46 minutes or whatever it was we had to do it. I think we're just going to go straight. Down here. Too easy. New old drilling site. Thank you. I'm very excited to see if the data points to an exploitable reserve. If it does, there's talk of a promotion. For me, of course. What if there isn't? It's a lot of effort to go to if there's nothing here. Could be in real trouble. Okay, so... guessing this is in a different area. An uplink in Rift. I wonder if this one's in Rift too. Oh, I guess it wouldn't tell you, right? It wouldn't go to it because it's not going to tell you where it is. I wonder if we go accept whether it will tell you. Yeah, it must be here because if we go to the quarry, it tells you go to Zimnegorsk. Okay. We can probably start doing this now. We just need to go Azov. We need to recover and that should take us to Zimnegorsk. We'll get as close as we can in like 10 minutes. Oh, God, I need to go to the bathroom so bad. Like I figured there was like an hour to go and I'll just hold on, but like it's real bad. 10 minutes? Do it. Like, ooh, my bladder is not happy with me. I can tell you that. Okay, so I guess we'll go to the first point first. Or the closest point first. The first point first. Duh. The closest point first. 500 meters. Wherever that is. Seems to be in like this direction. So I'm guessing we're going back across this river again then. Yeah, because this is like not really adding any meters to it, which means it's like perpendicular to this. So it's probably like here somewhere. Oh, fuck, we drove straight. God, we drove straight past it. How? How? Too busy looking at the meters, I reckon. Although apparently it's very easy to miss, because yeah, I'm not surprised I missed this. Even though I've turned down here like multiple times. Yeah, this is the direction. I think there's like logs in the bottom of this river that you get caught on. Maybe there's probably rocks. Could be rocks. Who knows? Definitely get stuck on something under that water though. Struggles with these, really struggles with these corners, huh? Still more or less going the right direction. Good. I really like the, I mean, it probably, some people probably think it's annoying as fuck, but like, I really like the high pitch of the high gear of this truck. I don't know why. Like when you were young, some of you might still be young, but like, and you got into some cars and the radio picked up the weird frequencies so that like when the car drove, it made this sound on the radio and it made it sound like your car had like cool revs. That's what it reminds me of. Maybe that was just me. Oop, going the wrong way. It's probably in there. It's got to be it, right? Sick. Drive back out. And obviously I was going to drive to whichever one was closer, but apparently we're both close. How did we get in here? Where are my tracks? What? Ah, there they are. God, that was really hard to see. God, they're like almost identical. I guess we... I mean, it's a pretty small map. Like, really can't be too many places. It's probably like here and here or something. Maybe we'll go right and we'll drive down here. And that should take us generally in the right direction, you'd think. And now 2 minutes left. Unlikely we can find one of these in 2 minutes, but we'll give it a good crack. Give it a red hot belt. Jesus. Hopefully there's enough petrol in this to do, like, do all three of them. We might have to, like, neutral into the last one, but I think we should be able to do it. I mean, worst comes to worst is that trailer store in the town can use if we really need to. Although I don't think we can buy trailers with this truck, which is a bit good. Not good. I'm guessing we're going towards Point Alpha. Yes, I think once we come around and back to wherever this is. $400, because it's like, it's in this direction, so it's like 400. God, it's gonna be out here, isn't it? Okay, well, let's just keep following this road, I guess. Actually, you know what? If we're gonna have to drive all the way out there, let's go to Beta first. But also, it's time. And normally I would just keep going for a little bit over, but I really, really need to go to the bathroom. We're gonna find a nice place to stop. This seems pretty convenient. Right outside town. Okay. It's 7 o'clock, so we've got to go make dinner. But tomorrow we'll go to Point Beta and then we'll go out to the Whoop Whoop Point Alpha, because we can just recover from there, right? But yeah, I'll be back tomorrow. We'll keep doing this. We'll keep working on the main missions. And yeah, thanks for watching, everyone. I appreciate it as always. I'll be back tomorrow. Be good to each other, you know? Bye. Bye, 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 bye.